What if I told you that some ATVs built over 25 years ago are still running today? Not just running, but running like new. No fancy electronics, no massive engines, no modern screens or rider modes, and yet they outlast many of today's machines. So what did manufacturers get right back in the 90s? And more importantly, what can you learn from those machines if you're thinking about buying something today? Whether it's a Yamaha Grizzly 700, a Honda 4Trax Foreman 4x4, or even a Polaris Sportsman 850. Because the truth is, durability didn't happen by accident. And once you understand why these older ATVs lasted, you'll start looking at modern machines very differently. Let's start with something simple. Back in the 90s, ATVs were built with a completely different philosophy. Less complexity, more mechanical simplicity, fewer electronics, and that made a huge difference over time. Today, machines like the Polaris Sportsman XP1000 or Can-Am Outlander 1000R offer incredible performance, but they also come with more systems, more sensors, more things that can eventually fail. Back then, you had what you needed, nothing more. And that's simplicity. It is one of the biggest reasons these machines are still alive today. So let's go through 5 types of 90s era ATVs that earned a reputation for lasting forever and what they teach us. The first category, utility workhorses. Think about machines that would eventually evolve into something like today's Honda 4Trax Foreman 4x4 or Suzuki King Quad 500. Back in the 90s, these ATVs were designed with one goal: work. They weren't trying to be fast. They weren't trying to impress. They were built to start every morning and keep going. Engines were understressed, frames were solid, and maintenance was straightforward. That's why many of these older utility machines are still used today on farms and properties. They may not look modern, but they do the job. Now compare that to something like a modern Yamaha Kodiak 700. Still reliable, still practical, but more refined, more powerful, and slightly more complex. The lesson here? Simplicity often equals longevity. Now let's move to the second category, air-cooled machines. Many 90s ATVs relied on air cooling instead of liquid cooling. That means fewer components, no radiators, no coolant systems, less to go wrong. Today, most machines, including the Arctic Cat Altera 600 or CF Moto C-Force 600, use liquid cooling for performance and efficiency. And that's great, but it adds complexity. Back then, air-cooled engines could take abuse. They were forgiving, and they were easier to maintain. That's part of why they're still running today. Now, here's something interesting to think about. Would you trade some modern performance for long-term simplicity? Or do you prefer the refinement of newer machines? Let me know in the comments, because this is where opinions really start to differ. Now let's talk about the third category, low-powered sport ATVs. Not the high-performance machines we see today like the Yamaha YFZ 450R or Honda TRX 450R, but simpler, lighter sport models. Back in the 90s, these machines weren't pushing extreme horsepower, which meant less stress on the engine, less heat, less wear, and that translated into longer life. Today's sport ATVs are incredible. Machines like the Yamaha Raptor 700 deliver serious performance, but they also require more attention, more maintenance, more care. The older machines, they were more forgiving. You could ride them hard, and they'd keep going. Now let's move to the fourth category, manual transmission ATVs. This is something many newer riders haven't experienced. Back in the 90s, manual shifting was common. No CVT, no automatic transmission. And while that required more skill, it also meant fewer failure points. Today, most machines, like the Polaris Sportsman 450 HO or Kawasaki Brute Force 750 4x4i, use automatic systems. They're convenient, smooth, easy to use. But over time, they can wear, they require maintenance, and when they fail, repairs can be expensive. Manual systems, simpler, more durable, and often longer lasting. Now let's talk about the fifth and most important category, owner mindset. Because here's the truth. The reason many 90s ATVs are still running isn't just how they were built, it's how they were treated. Owners maintained them, stored them properly, used them for their intended purpose, and didn't push them beyond their limits. That matters more than anything. You can take a modern machine like a Yamaha Grizzly 700 or Polaris Sportsman 850, maintain it properly, and it can last a very long time. Or you can neglect it, and it won't. So durability isn't just about the machine, it's about the owner. Let's pause here for a moment. Do you know someone who still owns a 90s ATV? Or maybe you've seen one still working like it's nothing? What model was it, and how was it maintained? Share that in the comments, because these stories are incredibly valuable, especially for newer riders. Now, let's bring this back to today, because this isn't just about nostalgia, it's about making better decisions. If you're looking at modern machines, whether it's a CF Moto C-Force 850, Suzuki King Quad 750, or Can-Am Outlander 850, you need to understand the trade-offs. More power, more features, more comfort, but also more complexity. And potentially more long-term maintenance. That doesn't mean you should avoid modern ATVs. Not at all. They're better in many ways. But it does mean you should be realistic about ownership. And maybe take a page from the 90s playbook. Choose reliability over excess. Maintain your machine. And don't underestimate the value of simplicity. Now, here's an interesting question. If given the choice, would you take a fully restored 90s ATV or a brand new entry-level machine like an Arctic Cat Altera 450 or CF Moto C-Force 500? There's no right answer, but your choice says a lot about what you value. Performance, convenience, or long-term durability? Let's talk about it in the comments. Looking ahead, will modern ATVs still be running 25 years from now? Some will, but probably fewer, because complexity changes the equation, and that's why these older machines stand out. They were built in a different era, with a different mindset, and that's exactly why they've lasted. So yes, there are ATVs from the 90s that still run like new, not because they were perfect, but because they were simple, durable, and built for the long run. And if you take anything from this video, let it be this. The best ATV isn't always the newest one, or the most powerful one. It's the one that keeps running, year after year. Before you go, I want to ask you one last thing. If you were choosing today, would you prioritize modern features in something like a Polaris Sportsman XP1000? Or go for long-term simplicity and reliability? And do you think today's machines will still be around in 20 or 30 years? Let's continue that discussion in the comments.